have rope tricks and stunts like this. The library has a good book on rope tricks. You could spend the summer doing nothing but fiddling around with pieces of rope and learn a lot of neat things.
Well, you have to make a loop and then get it down through, right?
That's part of it.
That's what you're doing.
And timing is crucial. That's part of what your brain and your hands have to figure out is the timing. I tell you that the monkey's fist does not hit my hand when it comes. These might be a little dangerous or a little fragile. It's primarily a noise maker. When you swing it around, you got it, Nick.
Shaved ice is up there?
No.
Huge. Right? That's next on the list.
Hello again. The boy that we all know and know.
Oh, in Tennessee, they go.
Tree and the hole and the hole in the ground and the green grass grows all around, green grass grows.
Are there any that say where there's
Well, where I am, I'm with Jacob Coxey for a while, and then I'm with Eli Trigo. There will be two of us in a couple of places.
roam around?
A little bit, yeah. I take them from one point to the other.
Oh, I see.
The other. So that's
Just curious.
Hey Mike, are you nervous about being a tour guide tonight?
Terribly nervous. I'm nervous for Sis. Gee, we spent months organizing it, only for me to screw it up in an hour.
We are not nervous. We're sure you can do the job you're doing incredibly well.
Are you part of it?
Yes, we're the Danville tea break. We meet once a month. We're always looking for new members, whether you're beginning or you're experienced. It's fun. It's one of the few not eating club. They get together and they act.
Hey Uncle Fred, tell me what you're selling here today, please.
Yeah, we're selling barbecue chicken
Uh-huh.
with no feathers.
Is it the finest barbecue chicken this side of like Bloomsburg?
This side of the Danville River Bridge. How's that sound?
That sounds fantastic. ride was.
Tell her how the train ride was.
Well, it was wonderful. I have never been on the DL&W. The only thing I ever rode was the Pennsylvania.
Great, thank you. Tell us a little bit about your train experience today.
Very good experience. We had a nice time switching. We had to move some other box cars before we could switch these. They found out that they had some box cars in the way, so they had to remove those. But it was just a very fun time. The people enjoyed themselves. They were very well educated. They learned about the canal along the way, and had an experience to ride in an old railroad car that was refurbished. And it's just a good experience for the kids to get into the aspect of train transportation. What else to say?
Actually, Mr. Hurst, can I ask you a question?
Yes, you may.
You rode on the caboose today, is that correct?
Yes, we did.
Do you feel more qualified to shake your caboose now?
I shake the booty.
All right. All right, here's Mrs. Hawes herself. Mrs. Hawes, I talked to Mike just a little while ago, and he says he's a little nervous about being a tour guide because he doesn't want to let you down. What do you think about this?
I am just so nervous and upset about it. I'm dependent on. I just hope he does a good job, but I'm really concerned about it.
I can understand your concern, Mrs. Hawes. Good luck with this evening, all right?
Oh, thanks. Let me know how you make out.
Are you excited about taking the train ride? Are you hoping they blow the horn a lot? And how do you think they'll blow the horn?
What noise does it make?
Loud noise.
Loud noise.
Oh,
Tell
Please.
Today, thanks to the compliments. For a railroad, we're able to run a vintage train during Iron Heritage Festival. This is the first after 3 years of having the festival. So we take a trip both from Danville to Bloomsburg, and now we're about to embark from Danville down to Northumberland, retracing some of the historic steps of the railroad here in our region. The railroad is extremely important, not only from the standpoint that our mills produced the T-rails that allowed the rails to go to the west, but also the fact that it connected us with the rest of the world. And we were able to haul materials such as anthracite. Still working at it. How you doing? Welcome. How are you? Good. Good to see y'all.
Mr. Cameron, can you tell me, Mr. Hurst was your caboose man during the last train. How did he do?
Did fine. We had a few little places there where we started going off into another railroad, but by far and large, we did very well.
I'm so pleased to hear that. Good luck on your next trip.
Thank you very much.
Wow, a beautiful old truss bridge sure does make all the difference in the world. This must be old Danville, not just any other place in the world that would have some kind of flatbed, brick, and concrete bridge. And why look, there's even somebody down in the river enjoying a nice summer day in an inner tube. You can't do that with a great big old concrete brick bridge above you. No siree.
Unusual about that ball game.
No, let's see here.
You're missing the shortstop. Broke his leg.
He broke his leg today?
Yeah, he's in for repair.
He's on the DL.
He just now broke his leg. It's been a rough game.
That is quite a shame. Perhaps Ray Ordonez from the Mets is available.
What's that here?
That's a nice set.
This layout this stuff is very fragile, and of course when we pick up and move, it gets really banged around. So we have a lot of damage. There's a lot of repair. A lot of upkeep to it.
Now, do you guys have like layouts like this in each of your homes, and this is
some
part
of us,
it, or
some
do you have a traveling?
I don't, and that's how this was born in 1990 because I didn't have a layout, so we decided to do a modular layout. We had just done the Ooskill National Convention in Hershey in 1985, and we had some money, and we donated some of it to the Pennsylvania Railroad Historical Society, and we still had some left, and I said, well, there's a couple people, including myself, that do not have layouts, and maybe we ought to do something like a modular layout, and that's how this was born.
That's really nice.
We've been doing this for 11 years now.
Really?
We just got this trailer about 2 years ago. The problem was after we got the module out, we couldn't move it. And so we got the trailer that sits outside, it's 24 feet long, and we have everything on wheels and racks with wheels on them. We load this all on the racks and push them in the trailer.
How many pieces does it break down into?
It breaks down into 24 pieces.
All right, now let me ask you a question. What do you think's special about men who collect model trains?
Anything what?
What's special about men who collect model trains?
Why, we're all cute. We have nice hairdos.
That is the God's honest truth. Thanks.
Riders are really goofy, but I'll tell you, if you look at that Civil War encampment out there, and they're out there in wool uniforms, those guys are nuts.
You're a couple that I don't know at all, and I'm wondering, are you excited about the train ride today?
Very excited, Heather.
Are you going to flash people as you're going by, Aunt Jackie?
You mentioned it, I might do it.
Just make sure you don't know that you're Knaus by, maiden name,
I have
okay?
my name tag on it, says Knaus.
Damn! Hey, Aunt Jackie, you ready to flash us some skin yet?
Pardon me?
Are you ready to flash us some skin yet?
No, it's too early.
Aw, man.
I should have taken the 7 o'clock trip for that.
See ya.
When it's moonlight.
There's some other
Yes, sir.
Caps coming back again?
The Caps?
Yeah.
We're all Flyers fans.
Excuse me, sir. I hate to interrupt
Sure.
your hockey discussion here, but can you tell me a little bit about your band and what you play and everything?
I'm the piccolo and flute player, and we're anywhere between a 10 and 12 piece band, depending on who shows up. And the band is almost 20 years old, founded in 1981. And most of the players have been here since 1981 or 1982, so we're really old. And generally we keep our day jobs.
What's your day job?
Among other things, I'm a PhD student working on my dissertation, and I work for a publishing company, and I write books on nonprofit management. But we have other nonprofit consultants, we've had nurses, we've had medical doctors, we've had nurse midwives, all sorts of different professions. We've had one musician who's a school teacher, a high school teacher who plays the violin, and just in the last 3 years we have 2 professional musicians who came to us from the former Soviet Union.
Wow, where are you from?
Players. Let's see, I'm from Moldavia. No, that was my other family. Let's see, I'm from Philadelphia originally, and most of us are from Harrisburg.
And are you married?
I'm married, and I have a 9-year-old.
How does your wife feel about all the groupies?
Well, it's been a while since I've been hit in the face with somebody's door key, but no, it's usually the groupies tend to be in their 80s or 90s, and
they can be relentless, though. I've heard tales.
Yeah, they tend to go after our violin player.
Ah.
But he's pretty fast. He does a lot of track work on the weekends to escape them. I don't worry about it too much. I'm happily married.
That's great. Well, have a good show today.
Well, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, Mrs. Geisinger. Do you mind if we approach?
Not at all.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you're telling everybody at the Iron Heritage Festival?
Well, I'm telling them a little bit about my childhood and my young years in Danville. And basically what I'm doing is telling them the whole story about building the Geisinger Hospital, which although my husband and I felt that we had done many things for this community, that we felt was the shining star. And so everybody in Danville, I'm sure, wanted to know everything about the building of the hospital, the idea behind it, you know, and We, of course, George and I, well, of course, George was gone by the time we built the hospital, but I know that if George was alive, he'd really be as proud of this hospital as I am.
Now, tell me a little bit, you were a pretty pioneering woman in your day. What do you think is hard for women, in the year 2001?
Some of the same things that were hard for women back, are you talking about when I was a young girl, or at the time that I was a very aged woman, when I gave the money, or losing my husband, or give me a time frame?
Well, I'm just thinking there's a woman in town, she's very, together, she's held public office, you might have heard of her name is Sue Tinsley, and she has really got her act together. And I'm thinking women in the future might really think she was a pretty pioneering woman around here for this time period. Do you look at, women in Danville today and think things are easier, things are harder, they're really the same?
Sometimes it's easier, but sometimes things are the same. Sometimes women, as a whole, do not have still quite the opportunities that men do. But I'll tell you, things are really changing for us, and that certainly makes me feel extremely proud. And I think that if someone wants to do something, and they want to do it bad enough, irregardless of whether they're a woman, a man, or anything else, the most important thing for them to do is to go ahead and find their dream, because it can be accomplished. Mrs. Geisinger did it, and she did it her own way.
Now, Mrs. Geisinger, let me ask you a question. Do you think that men invented velvet to oppress women?
That's a possibility, because I'll tell you, it is a little warm. It sometimes reminds you of having your winter coat on.
Great. Thank you so much for your time this evening.
You're welcome.
Here's a key part of Iron Heritage Festival, when we finally just say enough's enough and declare war on Catawissa. Oh, are they ever gonna get it? And they've been asking for it for so long.
Take this, Catawissa! We had enough!
War is hell.
Isn't she sweet?
But wait, I was eating the head. It was so tasty. And now I have no head anymore. And that's so very sad.
Watch this.
And my brother has a train, but he's not going to show it. Oh, yay! Still no train. Jean, while we're waiting here, I know that this is an area that you have some expertise on. Can you tell us the finer points of making an ice cream cone with the perfect tip?
Well, the really important part about doing that is to have the ice cream the proper consistency. And I think this guy may have it down. I'm not sure. I'll have to check a little more closely. But I thought I saw a really good swirl coming out of this machine. So here comes one. Let's watch and see. Oh, it's just a little too wet, I think.
What do you think you did wrong there, Jean?
I think his ice cream's not cold enough.
Oh, what a shame, what a shame. All right, more on this continuing controversy later. Banana boats, yeah. Here we go, moment of truth. Jean, what's the verdict?
It's lovely, isn't it?
It is lovely.
Sprinkles everywhere, nicely coated.
Yes, let's have a little, can we have a little bite of that, please? Let's have a little bit of it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Some for me. Some for me.
Yummy.
Oh. General Montgomery, I see that you're in your full dress uniform again today. Can you tell us what you're up to on a Sunday?
Well, I'm here to close the Iron Heritage Festival with proper remarks about the proud heritage and bright future of Danville.
I hear that last night and the night previously, you got to share the stage with a very talented young actress, really undiscovered until this point, Heather Knauss. Can you tell us a little bit about that experience?
No doubt her praises are oversung.
Uh-huh. Do you have anything to say about that? Cool, General.
An occlusion of the sun.
Hey, Danny, tell us what's going on over here, please.
$6, please.
Damn, man, since you've gone into an expansion plan, you are just completely robbing everybody.
It's my ultimate goal.
Jean, did you need something?
Heather, I wanted Denny to tell you the news that we heard, so could you come with me and we'll talk with him about it?
Sure.
Before you do anything else here, I know you're really busy, but would you tell Heather what you told me about Ann Hurst, please?
Well, Ann is just an incredible person and has worked so hard on this festival. But I haven't seen her for quite a while. Have you seen her, Jean?
No, I haven't seen her, and I talked to Bonnie yesterday, and she told me that she hadn't seen her.
Wow.
Nobody's heard her on the walkie-talkie. I mean, I just think we have to look into this and see what happened to Ann.
Oh, that might have been her going behind that tree over there.
I'm
not sure. See if you can find her. Good luck.
This is Bonnie Trump. She's the president of the Iron Heritage Festival.
Yes.
Has just been working really closely with Ann. And this is Bob McWilliams, who's also
Hi,
on the
Mr.
steering
McWilliams.
committee. And everybody is just so concerned about where Ann is. Bonnie, when's the last time you saw her?
Last time I saw her with a bottle of Windex cleaning windows up and down Mill Street yesterday.
I saw her that day too.
Mr. McWilliams, do you think something has happened? Foul play, perhaps?
No, I saw her yesterday morning about 9:30, but she was at the Montgomery house. I haven't seen her since.
There she is.
I mean, people keep saying they saw her, but I can't find one person who actually saw her.
The search continues. Hey, Corey, you work for the newspaper. You're an investigative type person. What kind of things should we be looking for here in the search for Ann Hurst?
I do photos, so I know nothing about newspapers.
Interesting. Have you ever actually taken a photograph of her?
You know, I've never met her. I've never
See,
seen her.
this goes back to my previous assumption that she doesn't actually exist.
I don't think she does.
I think that Harold just wants to be married, so he's made something up.
Yep, I've heard her name a lot, but I've never met her.
All right, if you could keep on top of this and let us know what the buzz is down at the newsroom.
I'll see if I hear anything.
Thank you very much.
Ask Dan, he's a reporter.
Dan, what's the buzz?
Well, we've heard some leads, but we're hearing that she's been left in Oddfellow Cemetery.
Interesting.
You might want to check the Geisner Mausoleum.
Oh, that's so sad.
I haven't seen her. I don't know where she is. I know her and I see her, but I haven't seen her for a long time.
Are you starting to get concerned, Mr. Hills?
Well, yeah, I sort of saw her running somewhere, and I was a little concerned. Maybe there might be something wrong with her. So I think we better go look for her. What do you think?
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Mr. Hurst, I've been speaking to a lot of people about your wife, Ann, and I have to tell you, the prevailing opinion is nobody's seen her for quite some time, and everybody kind of suspects you.
I haven't seen her for any time, quite a while either, and I don't.
Can I ask you a serious question?
I don't know where she's at.
Are you really married? Does she really exist?
Yes, she does.
She's just not some kind of like imaginary wife?
Phantom of some sort. Sometimes I think she's a phantom.
Can you produce this woman? Is she like, you know, we have some physical evidence here?
Well, the last I've seen her was about 2 weeks ago. and
You weren't wielding any kind of weaponry at the time, were you?
No, I wasn't.
All right, very suspicious, very suspicious.
I know.
Anne, where are you? Not Anne. A meeting of the Brain Trust.
We're going to support it with tax dollars at the county level.
I'll let you go in.
Oh.
What are you doing to me? This is my wife, and I've been looking for her for a long time.
You may be a commissioner, but you're not a general.
This is Anne? This is the Anne?
This is me. And
Anne.
you never see me because I'm scrubbing floors, I'm scrubbing windows. And he has no idea what I do.
And we all know that a general has a bigger sword than a commissioner.
That's right.
Okay.
I've been looking for one of those.
We're going to leave the general sword out of this.
Finally found one.
And it's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
Mhm.